Hey, this is Bill Pescosolido from BillPescosolidoblog.com, and I'm coming to you today from my home office in Frisco, Texas. And in today's video, I'm going to tackle the subject of how to create content. So if you've ever wondered how to create content or how to come up with ideas for content, I'm going to share with you some awesome ideas on how to do that in today's video. So stick around, check it out, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, so I'm going to tackle today the topic of how to create content or how to come up with ideas for content. Now, a lot of people have reached out to me and first of all, they're asking, why is it important to create content? And I think really it's important because when you create content, you're hopefully helping people out with that content. And so by helping people out, you're providing value. And over time, the more value you can provide is going to help to build your brand. So really, in a way, unique and original content creation is going to go a long way towards building your brand and attracting people to you. So that's really why I feel it's important to create content, just because you can hopefully, with your thoughts and your ideas, help out a lot of other people who might be struggling with that issue. So in this video particularly, how to create content. People come up to me and they're like, how do you come up with your ideas? Where does that come from? Specifically, their concern is that they're not experienced, or they're relatively new. And the concern is that, look, if I'm so new or I'm so inexperienced, how could I have content that's going to be of value to anyone? Who's going to want to see that? Who's going to want to listen to me, Bill? I'm the new guy, or I don't know what I'm doing yet. And that's a legitimate concern, but really a lot of that is mindset. You can very easily come up with content, and you don't have to be a guru. You don't have to be an expert at something. All you really have to do is help out just a few people with your content. My personal goal is if I can help or inspire one person with the videos that I do, then that's my goal. Then I've accomplished that goal. Now, clearly, I've got bigger goals as far as reaching more people and so forth. But really my aim in the back of my head is I just want to help one person. If I can help one person out with this video, my job is done. I've done something good for the day. So where do I come up with these ideas? Well, first of all, anything that I'm reading, right? And you should be reading too. You should be reading books, personal development books, how-to books, success books, whatever kind of motivational books. There's millions of books out there that as an entrepreneur, you can and should be reading right now to just develop yourself and increase your knowledge. Now, as you're reading these books, you should really take note of what you're reading and what you're taking in, what you're learning from this book, metabolize it, put it in your own words, and really what it meant to you, how it spoke to you personally, or how it affected you personally, and then you can create content from that. Right? So for example, right now I'm reading this book, How to Influence People by John C. Maxwell. And it's a great book, a lot of cool stuff in there. And at the end of each chapter, they have like a little checklist of what you just learned. I probably can't even see that. It doesn't matter. They have a checklist, right, of things that you that he covered in that chapter. So for example, in this influence checklist right here, it's having faith in people, finding a strength about a person, build on past successes, help others overcome defeat, start off right. And they go into a bit of detail on what each of these things means. Well, I'm going to do a video on this. This is going to become content for me. Now, I'm not going to plagiarize John C. Maxwell. I'll say I'm reading the book, How to Influence People by John C. Maxwell, and then I'll talk about something I learned and what it meant to me and share it with others, right? That right there is a piece of content. Another way that I get content is we use a system called My Lead System Pro. It's an attraction marketing system. It helps us generate leads, teaches marketing strategies. What I do from time to time is I'll go into some of the training that's in the back office. I'll watch that training, and then again, I'll metabolize it. I'll take 2 or 3 key points from that training, kind of put it in my own words, and then I can create content from that and kind of create a how-to video on whatever that subject was. Another way that I create content is during my discussions, whether these are coaching calls or prospecting calls or just the conversations that I have with people, oftentimes in those conversations, the person will have some kind of there'll be a struggle or a problem or an obstacle that they're faced. And hopefully in that conversation, I will have helped them to overcome that struggle or that obstacle. Well, what I'll do is I'll then really take note of that conversation, take note of their concern, their problem, their issue, the advice that I gave, how I helped them to overcome that. Excuse me. Then later on that day or the next day, it'll be fresh in my mind, and I'll use that instance, that real live instance with that person, that coaching call or that prospecting call, and I'll turn that into content. And I'll leave their name out. I'll keep them anonymous so as not to embarrass them. But these are all ways that I come up with content. These are very real, real life examples, real in the moment books that I'm reading, lessons or training I've got from our system, My Lead System Pro, that we use. And I'll take these to create content. So, because a lot of people they're concerned with maybe the creative element or having to always be original or having always the content's got to be like super mind-blowing, spectacular stuff that's going to blow away everyone that reads this. And if it's not mind-blowing content, then it's an utter failure. And, to heck with that. That's just crap, right? Anything that you produce, especially as you're starting out and starting to build your brand, is going to be useful to someone, right? It'll be useful content to someone. Trust me. If one person gets value from this, you've done your job. It doesn't have to be mind-blowing or earth-shattering or change the lives of thousands of people to justify becoming content. It could just be something that was important to you, a lesson you learned in some way, shape, or form that you now put into video form or written form, whether you're a blogger or a video marketer, or you upload it onto your fan page, your Facebook fan page, because you're a Facebook marketer. Whatever your marketing method, you can take that content and write it out or video like this and turn it into content. And again, you don't have to be a guru. You don't have to be an expert, right? Just start making content. Believe me, people will start to watch, they'll start to follow you, they'll start to look forward to your content, and that'll start to build that value and build your brand, right? This is about building a brand that people want to attach themselves to follow you or to end up buying from you or working with you, right? So that's the lesson for today. Content doesn't have to be that difficult or that challenging. Read a book and take some notes. Dive into MLSP and learn from that training. Have a conversation with the person and extract some points from that conversation and turn that into content. That's what I do all the time. So I hope this helped. I hope you like it. If you're on my blog right now, definitely opt in up above to get your free report on how to be a top performer in your blog. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get more notifications like this when more cool content like this comes out. And I hope you like this. I wish you all the success in the world, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.